All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Early Morning Crypto Talk. Bitcoin Brandon from Los Angeles, California. Go ahead and type your name or where you're listening in from. Unfortunately, Facebook still is not allowing me to connect, so I have to do this through YouTube Live. We got to keep it moving. So give me a second. It's a different process for me when I am doing it YouTube Live versus Facebook Live. So I got to switch this up a bit. As a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share a suggestion, and it is up to you to make an informed, intelligent decision on which direction you want to move into. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have success. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get a return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What are you willing to do to make that happen? Make a decision, find a vehicle, take action, stay focused, and do not get distracted. Now, following these rules is not going to guarantee you success, but it will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. All right, so let me go ahead and I got to pull this up on my other computer at the same time. If we can kick things off. All right, I see Who Me, Patricia Davis, Gina Muhammad, LaShane Robinson, Jacqueline from Maryland, Bethany Gibbs, Seattle, Shane West. Shane, I owe you a phone call. I got your message yesterday, but I was out and about. I didn't get back till later. So I'll call you up right after this crypto talk. All right. Let's look at the market right now. The market cap is at $253 billion. That is up 1.1% over the last 24 hours. Volume, look at that. Volume is up over 70 billion. That's a good sign. The other day it was at 59 billion. BTC is down as far as dominance, and Ethereum is up and Ripple's up. So that means just by looking at this, more money has been going into the altcoins than Bitcoin, and the market's up 1.1%. So Bitcoin's at 9,300. Last 24 hours, it went up 0.4%. But look at Ethereum, 1.7%. Ripple up 2.1%. Bitcoin Cash, 1.4%. So all the other coins, the top 10 coins, are at least double up than Bitcoin is. EOS, 4.5. Bitcoin SV, 9%. Stellar is up 17.1% in 24 hours. I made some money because the other day I bought a gang of Stellar. I made 17% of my money just by holding it. Good deal. 26% up the last 7 days. Wow, but the last 24 hours is up 17%. Look at that skyrocket. You learn how to read the charts, you make yourself some money. I told everybody about Stellar. More than I already had. All right, let's see who's the top performers. 24 hours. It's been a good run so far. Maximind, yes, Stellar's number 2. Nano, I actually thought it was going to be Cardano that was going to rise more than Stellar did, but I bought both, but Stellar's the one that hit it. I didn't even look at Cardano's price. Let me go back. Let's see, what was Cardano's price? Cardano's up 3.3%. That's not bad. That's still more than double than Bitcoin did. All right, good morning, Benita Nunez, Lorna Vasquez. Okay, interesting news today. Gonna cover, this is the first article that I got. Yeah, this one from Pat Davis. Bitcoin's government enemies are planning their revenge. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Government enemies? How? Let's see. This is on Bloomberg.com, so we definitely want to pay attention to this. This is mainstream media. After a decade of being outsmarted by the crypto crowd, state powers will find new ways to co-opt and disrupt anarchic digital money. China loves the blockchain, and the blockchain loves it back. Despite the People's Republic having the least free internet in the world and a ban on cryptocurrency trading, the Communist Party's endorsement of the technology last month sent Bitcoin prices soaring almost 30% in a few days. The irony is striking, considering Bitcoin's anarchic origins, but there's something broader going on here. The future of digital money is being shaped increasingly by national governments. Politicians are under pressure to make electronic payments more efficient, to neutralize the threat of cryptocurrencies to their sovereignty, and to crack down on illicit money flows. None of that is good news for the blockchain's true believers. However, much of a Beijing stamp of approval boosts the price of a Bitcoin. You know, that is incidental. First of all, they are not endorsing Bitcoin. They are not endorsing cryptocurrency. They love the technology, not the reward of the technology. If you have not gone through any crypto education, understand that Bitcoin and all coins are a reward for creating the blockchain. It is an incentive for miners to create it. That's why there's a difference between a digital coin and a crypto coin. Bitcoin is mined. It's just not made up out of thin air. You know, other coins are what can be considered airdrop. I mean, they were just created. There was no mining that was done. Those are not crypto coins. And those tokens just represent the project itself. There's a difference. Not all coins are the same. So politicians are under pressure to make electronic payments more efficient, to neutralize the threat of cryptocurrencies to their sovereignty, and to crack down on illicit money flows. None of that is good news for the blockchain's true believers. However much a Beijing stamp of approval boosts the price of the Bitcoin. States dabbling in blockchain technology or planning to issue their own digital currencies isn't flattery, it's competition. No, it's not. First and foremost, crypto can coincide with government-backed money easily. In fact, crypto will thrive in that environment. They can work side by side. It is not a threat. It is not competition. It is an alternative. That's all. But they see it as competition. So remember, we are reading from Bloomberg. This is mainstream media that has talking points. And a lot of times written by somebody that doesn't even understand what they're writing about. You know, they're just following some rules and notes. So let's continue here. Some 70% of central banks surveyed by the Bank of International Settlements are examining their options in this area. In places like Sweden, rapidly going cashless. Did you guys hear that? Sweden is rapidly going cashless. Electronic fiat money is seen as a path to easier payments. If that works out, stateless crypto coins would lose one of their selling points. No, it will not. That also is not true. The first central bank digital currency could be here within 5 years. Actually, it will be here in less than 6 months. And you know who that's going to be? China. But they say the first central bank digital currency could be here within 5 years, according to International Business Machines Corp. It may be sooner, given the political pressure and the financial Cold War between the U.S. and China. Yeah, I'm telling you, 6 months. President Donald Trump has made clear that Facebook Inc.'s Libra will only get off the ground if it helps the U.S. dollar. That is also not true. Beijing is betting that its own digital currency efforts will help it resist American power. That is true. The Eurozone thinks similar. I break this down. Some things are true, some things are not. Blockchains of the world unite. China's warm praise of the technology coincided with a Bitcoin price rally. Well, also take into account whales started moving stuff around, and Mark Zuckerberg was testifying in front of Congress at the exact same time. So we can assume more competition for the legacy cryptocurrencies from state actors. But what about the crypto, secret part of digital money that attracts people? If e-dollars or e-yuan are centrally controlled and monitored, which they most certainly will be, surely that will compel privacy-craving users to stick with Bitcoin and its ilk. That is true. Politicians are looking to destroy this competitive advantage for non-state digital currencies by making them less secure, okay? Governments are investing heavily in a technology that could one day, in theory, crack the public key cryptography underpinning Bitcoin. Quantum computing. The Trump administration has committed $1.2 billion to this endeavor. China is active too. Okay, stop right there. This is a misleading statement. The government are not investing $1.2 billion and all their resources on quantum computing with the sole purpose of being able to crack Bitcoin. They're doing it to be able to crack each other. All right. And at the same time, as you have quantum computing that could, in theory, be able to solve the mathematical problems to crack the crypto network, that same technology will be used to boost the crypto network. You understand what I'm saying? Google Inc.'s recent declaration of quantum supremacy doesn't mean the tech is ready for this task. The author, Olivier Ezrati, notes that the kind of algorithm needed to crack Bitcoin encryption would demand much more power, but that may be available within a decade. It's going to happen before that, probably the next 5 years. Already simpler tools are shining a light on cryptocurrency transactions by organized crime. Now, of course, when you hear mainstream media, they always have to throw some form of money laundering or crime into the article. Last month, blockchain analysis helped U.S. and Korean authorities bring down one of the world's largest markets for child pornography. That's a good thing. Crypto believers hate the idea of losing the cloak of privacy to prying government eyes. But will the general public feel the same? People are happy when states shine a light on the parts of the financial system that allow money laundering and tax dodging. And if dollars or euros become digital assets issued by central banks, they might look more like the future of money than the power-sucking mining rigs that dominate Bitcoin. Power-sucking mining rigs. In praising the blockchain, governments are out to bury the cryptocurrencies that gave birth to it. Innovation in blockchain technology does not mean we should speculate in virtual currencies, the People's Daily newspaper wrote. Bitcoin fans, take note. Interesting article. Whoa, look at this one. I just scrolled down. I didn't see this. Futures are pulling cryptocurrencies out of the dark. Okay, I might have to save this one for tonight. What else? What economic forecasts of Trump's re-election are missing? Anything about crypto? China has a glass bridge bubble. What? What seemed like a can't-miss tourist attraction now looks as a dangerous, debt-fueled mistake. There is no way in the world, no way you would ever see me walking across this doggone bridge. That's just not. If I do, I've got to have a parachute on my back or some kind of bungee cord attached to me. No way. I'd be that little kid that's on my hands and knees crying on the windshield. That's not going to happen. All right, I'm going to save this article because I probably will do a crypto talk tonight, the one about the futures. I want to see what mainstream media is saying about it. Yeah, so I'm going to save that one for tonight. Okay, next up. And those of you that you're used to me doing Facebook Lives, and whenever that doesn't work, I'll do it on YouTube. Make sure you hit the subscribe and the notifications, that bell button, so that when I do it live on YouTube, you're going to get notified. So make sure you hit the bell button to get notified whenever I do it live on YouTube. Rogue whale triggered billion-dollar Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP bull run in 2017, claims new study. Okay, now I claim that it was the whales, meaning the futures market, that manipulated the market to go down. So this is a theory saying that it was one person or one entity that made it go up. Shayna says, you'd walk across that thing for $1 million? You know what? You put me blindfolded, I'll walk across it. I just can't see it. I just can't look down. But I'll walk across it blindfolded. That's no problem. You know, people are saying, as I'm getting older now, to have a bucket list. Make sure you do things while you still can to enjoy life. While you're still relatively young and fit and you can move around and whatnot and you have more money. That's really between the ages of 35 to 55. Well, if you look at my dad's getting close to 70 and he's in better shape than I am. But when you're really still young enough to just do things. Saying I need to jump out of an airplane. I've been scuba diving. That's not a problem. I love the water. Bungee jumping, I don't know. I see what Will Smith was doing when he turned 50. Jumping out of an airplane, though, is probably going to be one of the most challenging things, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it one day. After I have like 100 Bitcoin, but I'm gonna do it one day. Yeah, I got to conquer that challenge. All right, rogue crypto whale triggered $1 billion Bitcoin. Two researchers are now claiming a single trader triggered the crypto market's massive bull run in 2017. John Griffin, a professor at the University of Texas, along with Eamon Shams, an assistant professor at Ohio State University, say their research shows Bitcoin buys on the crypto exchange Bitfinex were systematically placed when the price of BTC reached certain levels. The whale used the stablecoin Tether. Tether. What are we going to be talking about tomorrow? Or those of you that have the Pro account with Coinbase Pro, we're going to talk about Tether. This is perfect lead-in. So let me read this again. The whale used the stablecoin Tether to make the transactions, pushing the price of BTC, ETH, and XRP to new all-time highs, reports Bloomberg. Isn't this interesting? I was just talking about that. And now that's exactly what we're going to cover. Years from now, people will be surprised to learn investors handed over billions to people they didn't know and who face little oversight. Bitcoin's correlation to the altcoin market is well documented. At the height of the last parabolic bull run, BTC hit an all-time high of $20,089, according to CoinMarketCap. Ethereum hit $14.32, and Ripple hit $3.84 on what? What? No, it didn't. Wait a minute. Hold up. I don't trust CoinMarketCap's numbers. I'm looking at CoinGecko. Let's look at the all-time high. All-time high for Bitcoin, 19,655. Ethereum, 1,448. What does this say it was? 1,432. Okay, higher there. And Ripple, $3.40. But CoinMarketCap had it at $3.84. That's a difference between 40 cents right there. That's 44-cent difference. I wonder if they were looking at one of the Chinese markets. Because in, what was it, Zimbabwe? I think for one day, Bitcoin reached like 40 grand a coin on one of their exchanges in Zimbabwe. Okay. Tether says the findings are foundationally flawed and rely on an incomplete set of data. Meanwhile, eToro analyst Maddie Greenspan says an influx of millions of retail traders on the exchange shows the historic rally. What exchange? What exchange were they looking at here? Let me go back. Did I read that too fast? Bitfinex. Okay. So it says, an influx of millions of retail traders on the exchange shows the historic rally was fueled by much more than a rogue whale. Greenspan says, good thing I was there to personally witness the millions of retail accounts opened at eToro during the 2017 rally. That makes more sense. And Bloomberg Crypto says, a lone whale was behind Bitcoin manipulation in 2017. I do not agree with this. There was no one like the lone gunman that was responsible for it. I do believe it could be one lone whale that is responsible for it dropping in price, but not increasing. Because I came into the space in 2017 along with millions of others for the first time. I bought Bitcoin for the first time in 2016. I didn't get serious about it until 2017. So yeah, I agree with Greenspan on this one. Not Bloomberg. Pomp says, people really believe a single person caused a $100 billion asset to go up 10 times in 6 months? Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with this at all. Right now, the crypto markets are mostly in the green. Bitcoin is up 3.72% at 9,455, according to Coin360 at time of writing. This is another good app to have if you don't have this, or put it on your website. I have it, but it takes up a lot of memory whenever I pull it up on my computer. Ethereum is up 3.47% at $186. Ripple is up 2.65. Bitcoin Cash 2.1. Litecoin up 6.36. All right. So my conclusion: I do not agree that it was one whale that triggered a Bitcoin the $1 billion run. I do believe that it was crypto whales, meaning the futures market, the institutional investors, that brought the market down. December 17, 2017. Okay. Last article for today, or this morning. 27 million Bitcoin users now in the U.S., says crypto exchange Coinbase. Good morning, Beth. 27 million just in the U.S. How many Bitcoin are there ever in existence? 21 million. How many is in circulating supply right now? I don't want to go off of my own memory, but let's look at what the market says. It's a little over 18 million. Let's see. What does the market say? 18,030,912 Bitcoin in circulating supply. Out of that, how many is lost? About a little less than half. So there's probably, maybe 50%, 9 million Bitcoin in circulation right now. Yet, in the U.S., there's 27 million Bitcoin accounts on Coinbase. How many do you think there are in the world? Last I saw, there were more than 40 million Bitcoin wallets around the world. But that was maybe a year ago. I don't know what that number is today. I'm going to have to Google that one. You guys that have Alexa, you can ask that question. Alexa, how many Bitcoin wallets are there in the world? See if she can answer that. So you've got 27 million Bitcoin wallets vying for 8 million Bitcoin out in existence. Not everybody can own one whole Bitcoin if they all wanted it right now. What should that say to you? What one of your goals should be to own at least one whole Bitcoin. You will be putting yourself in the elite of the elite in the next 5 to 10 years. Just because you own one whole one. I know people that own hundreds of Bitcoin. They got it 2013, 2014. There's people that listen to me right now that own more than 100, 150, 20 or so. That's going to put you, just by holding on to that, the wealthiest people in the world. Let's see what this says. The leading US-based crypto exchange Coinbase, which I cannot stand, by the way. It's good to be for a new person to be onboarded using Coinbase, but I would not use Coinbase for my day-to-day crypto activities. I will use other wallets for that. But Coinbase says the number of Bitcoin users has now hit 27 million in the U.S., representing about 9% of all Americans. So 9% of all Americans have a Bitcoin wallet. Let's say you have one whole Bitcoin right now. If 9% of all Americans have a Bitcoin wallet, and you have a whole Bitcoin, that puts you in less than 1% of the entire planet. See what I'm saying here? In a new report making the 11th anniversary of the Bitcoin white paper, Coinbase analyzes the global adoption and use of BTC since its inception. Have you guys read the Bitcoin white paper? Everyone who's been listening to me for at least a year, you should have read this paper by yourself before. If you have not, I recorded myself reading it. If you go to YouTube, just type in Bitcoin white paper, Brandon Ivey. and it will pop up. You can just listen to me reading it. But I encourage you to read the white paper. Coinbase analyzes the global adoption and use of BTC since its inception, comparing the leading crypto to the advent of the internet. Few transformative technologies have captured the public's interest and imagination as quickly as Bitcoin has in just 11 years. Email was invented in 1972, but it took until 1997 for an adoption to surpass 10 million people. Are you kidding me? 10 million people. By the time 10 million people were using email, it was 1997? Wow, I remember 1997 like freaking yesterday. I was a junior in college at that time. 1997. The television set was invented in 1927, but by the end of the 40s, only 2% of American families owned one. Okay, baby boomers. Do you remember when your family got its first television set? My dad was born in the 50s. And he remembers when his dad brought home their first TV set. And in those days, you didn't have a TV in every room. You only had one. And it was this big box with a circle. Now, I remember as a kid, my grandpa still had that stupid TV. It didn't work. He had it in a back room somewhere. But I remember, like, what is this? It was this big box that sat on the ground. It was like its own stand. He had a whole bunch of stuff on top of it. And it had this little tube. And that was the screen. And it was black and white. Look how far we've come in such a short period of time. And if you had two TVs back in those days, you were considered like rich or something. I mean, watch the movie Back to the Future. That's true. And even as a kid, I remember watching TV. You know who the remote control was? Me. Hey, boy, go turn that channel. And we had rabbit antennas to get reception, and I had to stand there. I remember my big cousin. They were all over my grandparents' house, and I was a little one. And they were watching, I don't know what football game or something. And for whatever reason, the signal just was not coming through. And so I jumped up, and I wasn't asked to. I just did it. And I remember moving the antenna, and it was perfect on the screen. And the moment I let go, it went blurry again. So when I touched it, it went perfect. So guess who had to stand there and hold the freaking antenna during the whole football game? Me. Because I was the youngest at the time. Anyways, the good old days. So the television set invented in 1927, but it took the 40s, and only 2% of Americans owned one. A remarkable clip from 24 years ago. Bill Gates answering David Letterman's questions about what the internet can offer. If this was only 2 decades ago, what will the next few? Okay, I gotta watch this. Check this out. I'll play it. Oh, I gotta turn on the volume. Questions about what the internet can offer. If this was only 2 decades ago, what will the next? Okay, I gotta watch this. Check this out.
Sure.
I'll play it.
But you know, I think about this, and what about this internet thing? Do you know anything about that? Sure. What the hell is that exactly?
Oh, I got to know the.
It's become a place where people are publishing information.
Questions about what the internet can offer. If this was only 2 decades ago, what will the next? Okay, I'm gonna watch this. Check.
It is. But you know, I think about this. It's easy to criticize something you don't fully understand, which is sure. Yeah. So what the hell is that exactly?
Oh, I got to know the.
It's become a place where people are publishing information.
Questions about what the internet can offer. If this was only 2 decades ago. This is not going to work right because I've got to play this on my other computer because of the volume and you know, it's overlapping itself. But anyways, I'm going to post this video on Facebook later because this is amazing. This is really amazing. That's just 24 years ago. This is not going to work. Okay, let me continue. Bitcoin, on the other hand, went from an idea in 2008 and a first transaction in 2009 to an estimated over 27 million users in the U.S. alone in 2019, or 9% of Americans. Am I able to mute this? If I can mute this, yes. Okay, now we can do it because I want to try to play this one more time.
And what about this internet thing? Do you know anything about that? Sure. What the hell is that exactly? Well, it's become a place where people are publishing information. Right. So everybody can have their own homepage. Companies are there. The latest information. It's wild what's going on. You can send electronic mail to people. It is the big new thing. Yeah, but you know, it's easy to criticize something you don't fully understand, which is my position here. Go ahead. But I can remember a couple of months ago, there was like a big breakthrough announcement that on the internet or on some computer deal, they were going to broadcast a baseball game. You could listen to a baseball game on your computer. And I just thought to myself, does radio ring a bell? You know what I mean? There's a difference. There is a difference. There's a huge difference. What is the difference? You can listen to the baseball game whenever you want. Right. Too. Oh, I see. So it's stored in one of your memory deals. Exactly. That's the ramp that you talked about earlier. Yeah. Do tape recorders ring a bell?
Wow.
Yeah, I just don't know. What can you, just knowing me the little you know me now, what am I missing here? What do I need? Well, if you want to learn about the latest cigars or auto racing statistics. Well, you know, I've got that covered. I subscribe to 2 British magazines devoted entirely to motorsports.
Wow.
And I call the Quaker State Speedline about 2 times a half hour. So now would the computer give me more than I'm getting that way? Well, you can find other people who have the same unusual interests you do.
Wow.
You mean the Troubled Loner chat room on the internet? Absolutely.
Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Knowing what you know now. Knowing what you know now. And looking back on that. If you were able to go back in time, what would you do? What would you do? That is where we are right now. The same discussion when people are saying, what's the blockchain? What's Bitcoin? It's not real. Why do I don't need to use that. This is where you got to have freaking vision. This is your second chance right now. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can be in your 60s, 70s, or 80s and still take advantage of this to help your family. Because what is happening right now is bigger than what Bill Gates was talking about the internet 24 years ago that David Letterman's making fun of. Do you think Bill Gates was seeing the future at this point? He's sitting here and you know who's laughing at who here? It ain't David Letterman laughing at Bill Gates. It's Bill Gates laughing at David Letterman and everybody else in the audience saying, you clowns, this is why I'm going to make another $100 billion. You all going to be using my stuff and you don't even know it yet. That's what's going through Bill Gates' head. Everybody's going to be using this and they don't even know it yet. That's what's going on right now. Everybody is going to be using the blockchain and they don't even know it yet. Man, this stuff gets me fired up. I'm Okay, let's continue. The report also highlights the number of unique BTC addresses on the network, which is now over 820 million. It's not 820,000. It's got to be more than that. 820 million Bitcoin addresses? Let me see if I got this right. So they're saying 27 million Bitcoin, number of Bitcoin users. You can't use Bitcoin if you don't have an address. It has jumped that much? The report also highlights the number of unique BTC addresses on the network, which is now over 820 million, as well as the number of computers that now power the network. Whoa! Over 55,000 computers in 96 countries are running full nodes on the Bitcoin network. This is why the blockchain is so important. You'd have to hack all 55,000 computers at the same time. Look where the most of them are, though. I'm seeing the most of this is coming out of Europe. Look at that. Here's the U.S. What? There's a bigger concentration in Canada? No. Yeah, a bigger concentration in Canada than the United States, the whole, North America. And you got Europe. Biggest concentration looks to me like France, Germany. If I could zoom in on that. And then you've got China. You have India. If I see that right. A little bit Australia, Japan, South Korea. Yeah, that's where this is right here, Japan and South Korea. No. Wow. I learned something new today, and it did not make me feel any better. It's making me feel even more anxious. The report also looks toward Bitcoin's future, citing the growth of the Lightning Network, which is a second layer solution designed to boost the speed of Bitcoin transactions. Bitcoin is the world's first global currency that harnesses the power of computers. Okay, so when Bill Gates was talking about the internet, he was talking about combining and networking computers. The blockchain and Bitcoin is talking about harnessing the power of computers and humankind's innate need to innovate, to enable worldwide economic freedom. We're looking forward to what 2020 brings in Bitcoin adoption, innovation, and interest. Stop right there. You see what I said? We're running out of time. 2020, what do they call that? 2020 vision? 2020 is the beginning of a new decade. It's going to be the beginning of the worldwide adoption of the digital currency, the digital age. The rocket ship's we're all boarding it right now, and it's being fueled. You can check out the full report. Yeah, I want to do that on my own later, so I'm going to use that for later. But it just made me sit up in my seat, and I got to take action. Have to take action. There's more and more people coming to the space, which means there's going to be more people wanting to buy Bitcoin. Which means I got to get my Bitcoin. As I said before I end this, I've already got my game plan for 2020 lined up, laid out, ready to go. And we started to execute it last week. If all you're doing is one thing, unfortunately, that's not enough. It's not enough. If you don't have 10 Bitcoin in your possession right now, you're not doing enough. At least $100,000 worth of Bitcoin. If you don't even understand crypto, you need to get educated. Crypto education. We offer it, we provide it, and we provide a way for you to make money while you're learning. Help yourself make a couple $1,000s a week. Get back to whoever's told you to listen to me. Get you in the system. Let's get you going. Let's get you signed up. There is no time to wait. Every day I'm counting the hours. Have I been productive today? Did I do anything? Did I make any money before lunch? Do I know what to do with the money once I make it? Within about a week or so, you're going to be hearing us announce the launch of a new company in December 5th. I had to sign an NDA about this. So you're going to be hearing about it. It is going to go viral very quickly. I am making a list of those who want to be involved. The cost is only $50. It has to do with charities. But I'm telling you right now, this is a money game. This is an opportunity to make as much money as possible. I'm being upfront. I'm not a hype guy. This is to make as much money as possible. That is what this company is designed to do. So we're taking advantage of it because that's exactly what we need to do before May of 2020. If you have a problem with that, hold your $50 and go somewhere else. I'm not going to be spending a whole lot of time explaining anything about this. It's 50 freaking bucks. That's Wingstop on a Friday night for me. In fact, it's 50 bucks and you to share it with two people. Okay. That's what I'll say. If you contacted me to be put on my list, then what you can do right now is already think of creating your list. At least two. I'm going to have like 500 by myself, but at least two yourself. If you contacted me to be placed on this, if you have not, then contact your sponsor and whatever you're in first and find out if they're on my list or if they plan on it. If not, then contact me. I've been talking to a couple of people the last few days, and this is probably going to make, or for my goals, the most amount of money that I'm going to make over the next 6 months. That includes the international company that I have. I'm fully transparent. I've got $2.8 million sitting there for me. Yet this is probably going to make the most amount of money the fastest than that. So I'm just telling you, I will not be left behind going into 2020. But I also will not extend an invitation to those that also want to run. It's going to happen with or without you, but I am extending that invitation. So just get back to me if you're curious about any of that. This Thursday, I'll probably do, yes, I will. I'll do another Coinbit Pro presentation for crypto education Thursday night. And I'm looking forward to the live trading webinar we're going to do just for the pro members. To be a pro member, it costs $1,000. We're going to talk about Tether, the Tether strategy. It's made me a lot of money. And what happened in this article was the first thing it says that this guy used, where did it say that? Assistant professor, blah, 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 blah. Where did I see Tether? Conspiracy theory. Somewhere in here I saw that the dude used Tether to make a whole bunch of money. So we are going to talk about that. Here it is. The whale used the stablecoin Tether to make the transactions. So we're going to talk about that on Thursday for those that are pro members only, $1,000. I'll give you another example of somebody who did this. Can I say his? I'll say his name. Albert Thomas. I won't say how much he did. Albert Thomas out of Seattle. When Bitcoin made a run last week, he used the Tether strategy and made a killing on it. I won't say how much Bitcoin he was working with, but he used the strategy and he made a killing. But we're going to talk about that on Thursday. All right, everybody have a great day. I hope you learned something new. As always, that is a point. Sorry that it was not on Facebook Live, but make sure you hit the bell button so when Facebook is acting up and I have to go to YouTube, you're still getting an alert that we are live, that I am live. Have a great day, everybody. If you are in Coinbit Pro and you have not paid the money yet, what are you waiting for? Make your Bitcoin payment. Get yourself in the system. Let's get yourself going. And The whole goal, share it with other people. We get paid instantly. There's people out there that need money. They can get started today and get paid today. We have someone on our team that made, I don't know, $1,300 or something within their first 24 hours. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Have a great day, everybody. Bitcoin Brandon out. God bless. Bye-bye.